talk about the elephant in the room. Mental illness. Mental illness is an epidemic sweeping the nation, and America is not prepared for what comes next. Mental illnesses are increasing at an alarming rate, and here's why. 1. People don't know how mental illnesses affect other people. 2. Illnesses are left being untreated. And 3. There is a negative stigma aligned with it. So what is a mental illness? A mental illness is a behavior or a mental pattern that causes impairment or distress of personal functioning. So what do people with mental illnesses look like? Normal people, just like them. Normal people. According to NAMI, the National Alliance of Mental Illness, accessed on July 10, 2019, approximately 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 5 children aged 8 to 18 have experienced mental illness in the past year alone. I'm going to get real for a minute. I suffer with a mental illness, as long as many members of my family as well. It affects more people than you know. Growing up, I was taught to embrace and get treatment for my mental illness, but not everyone had that advantage. In order to heal, people need to accept and get help for their disease. So why are illnesses left being untreated? Proper care for mental illnesses is barely accessible for both children and adults. Between the price of health care, no time to take off from work, and the inaccessibility to proper health care, mental illness is going ignored. According to a post on the Health Affairs blog written by Katie Heath, accessed on July 3, 2019, in 2017, over 29.3 million Americans were uninsured. No insurance means little to no health care. Even if these people who were uninsured had health care, they wouldn't be able to take off work and get the help they need. I have insurance. I also work a full-time job, but I cannot get the time off of work I need to go and see my doctor. So most of the time, my mental illness is left untreated. On top of all of these issues I've discussed, companies are not helping with ending this drastic issue. Jobs are being lost, and wellness seems like an end game that will never be reached. As if having the mental illness wasn't enough, now you have to deal with the social stigmas that follow. Everyone looks at you like a different person, especially men. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, mental disease appears differently in men than in women. Men experience much different symptoms compared to women. For example, when women experience sadness, men experience anger and frustration. Also, there is a stigma with men being tough and they cannot have any illnesses. This is very wrong. Mental health affects everyone you know. Mental health is a serious topic. Mental illnesses are left being ignored, untreated, and constantly misinterpreted. America as a team needs to step up. Now ask yourself, do you or someone you love suffer too?